Yeah, at some point, I guess I'm going to have to get up and leave. It's very annoying, but I guess that's what's going to happen because I have this construction thing.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break there.
Yeah, okay. I'll just try to keep everyone informed.
Yeah.
It's incredibly annoying, but what can you do?
Also, Esper, I'm sorry. My dog, I don't know if you can hear him, but my dog is playing in the background on our hardwood floor. He should be dead, literally. He woke me up this morning because he puked, and he puked up like that big piece of a bully stick that did not, because we gave him a full bully stick, and usually when he wears them down to like the little nubs, we've got a holder that we put him in, and I guess we missed him last night. Like, we gave him the bully stick, but missed that he had chewed it down, and I guess he just sucked up that last little bit.
He was not patient.
No, not at all. And he woke me up at like 6 a.m, like puking, which is like not something that he does often, but does it enough where it's like, okay, time to get up, I guess. Because he's like a dumb shit puppy, and he pukes up this piece of bully stick, and I just like stare at him, and I'm like, I need you to have a greater fear of death than what you do, because this should have either you should have choked on it, or it should have like, you should have had an obstruction. There's no way that I'm finding out that you swallowed a whole ass piece of bully stick several hours later and you're just like, fine.
That's our fault. We bred the survival instinct out of them.
Yeah. So
Sure.
now, I mean, we have bully stick holders, but they're real big and they're real heavy, and we have hardwood floors. So if you hear knocking around, that's him.
I'll live with
so
it.
I apologize.
And just one moment. I'm going to make sure the person isn't here right now because my dogs are
go
barking,
for it.
but I'll be right back. Sorry.
I'm just going to run this unedited. This is the episode now.
That's fine. Just give me a chance to say, Colin, big fan. Glad you're here. Like,
thank you.
I've followed you on Twitter for like a very long time, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to like, speak to you with my mouth flaps. So I appreciate that.
Oh, well, glad to deliver again.
There's a great bit in the show Girls 5 FO where they have an entire song that is just them getting ready to record the song. And maybe this can be that episode.
Yeah,
but we could also do a real one if we're all ready.
Let's do it.
Can't be the new kid forever. This is episode 411 of the Insert Credit Show, a podcast about video games, friendship, crosstalk, and a horrible buzzer. I'm Alex Jaffe, and my childhood video game store, as I recently discovered, is currently a vacant property between a jewelry store and a Subway sandwich store as of about 2 months ago.
I'm Ash Parrish, and my childhood video... Is it childhood video store or childhood video game store?
Video game store.
My childhood video game store would have been a Babbage's and or a GameStop. Babbage's doesn't exist anymore. GameStop still does. And the one, I think, my childhood one, I think is actually still there at the South Park. No, I think it's called Westfield Shopping Town for those of you who live in Northwest Indiana. If you know where that is, then you know where I live. So, yeah, let me know in the show notes or whatever.
Mine was in a strip mall in South Florida where we once got held up at gunpoint because we had a backpack full of hero clicks that we were kind of sorting through, and someone thought we were dealing drugs.
Were they really disappointed?
Yes, they were very disappointed. Like, all we got in here is Captain Marvel, man. We can't help you.
Did you still get stolen from? Did they still?
No, they left.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like, what the fuck am I going to do with these?
Laughing still hurts.
I'm Brandon Sheffield. My childhood video game store is either, I'm trying to look here. I think it's a New Life Spa.
Ooh, an upgrade.
Yeah. There's a bubble tea place called Tea Top that might possibly it. There's also a Biryani Junction on the other side. I just can't tell exactly, it was in a strip mall.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to remember exactly which of these little slots it was in, but it's one of those that's in Newark, California by Fremont. It was called Knights Video Games. I've talked about that one before. It's a pretty good store. It's gone forever.
We got a special guest this week. Joining us in the studio today is video game creator, connoisseur, manga kangaroo, and social media enfant terrible, Colin Spacetwinks.
Hi, as is stated, I'm Colin Spacetwinks, and my childhood video game store, I had to double check. was at the main mall. It would have been an electronics boutique, and I can't remember quite what it's been replaced by. I figure the space it was taken over mostly by a Round One, but the space it actually took up was sort of next to that. And the thing is about the electronic boutique at the main mall is actually still pretty busy because it's Maine, and where else are you gonna go?
That's true.
Oh, Main Mall.
Maine
means-
is with an E, not with
Main
yeah.
refers to a state.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
That Maine. Yeah, I guess that's where the malls are thriving, the places where there's literally nowhere else to go.
We got you by the malls.
Yeah.
There's malls are also popular in places where there are a lot of places to go, but there's also a large immigrant community
Mhm.
of a certain type. That has been true in California anyway, that malls are popular among a certain type of clientele who wants to shop like weird luxury brands in person for some reason. So that also exists.
The very last time I visited my childhood video game store, it was mostly Funko Pops and Squishmallows. Squishmallows were a big business there. And they were talking about pivoting into collectible cards. I think that's still
fun.
something that GameStop as an organization is interested in.
Yeah, the last time I was there, actually, it was because my mom wanted some Pandora bracelet charms, and we had to go. Yeah, she loves those charms. We had to go up to the mall, South Lake Mall, and I remember walking in that mall, and I remember that mall very distinctly because we would get our eyeglasses all together, all three of us in my family. We would get our eyeglasses at Lens Crafters, and it was one of those Lens Crafters that would like, your glasses in an hour. So like while we were waiting for our glasses, like, I would sneak next door to the GameStop. It was right next door. And I remember like going through that mall when I was there with her like a couple years ago, and that Lens Crafters is still there and that GameStop was still right next to it. I'm like, the more things change. And I was like quite surprised.
Every time you passed a Lens Crafters as a kid, did you go, oh, there's Lens Crafters? Because I sure did.
No.
I think it's interesting the relatively moderate age gap that we have here. All the game stores that I went to as a child were independently owned, and all the game stores that y'all went to were GameStops and EB and whatever. That's a shame.
Ooh, yeah.
Looks like I lucked out.
You also live in California.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get
true.
a bunch of weird shit anyway,
that's
because
true.
by virtue of being in California.
That's
I
true.
don't know. I guess the Pokemon evolution here is indie store to mega store to just Amazon, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's where we're at right now.
More or
just
less.
or like physical video. People don't buy those anymore. So the conversation is over. That's why it's a spa. That's why it's a vacant lot next to a Subway. That's where we are, unless you happen to live in Maine and there's nowhere else to go. All right, here is my first question this week. Colin, as someone who helps a lot of other people discover video games that fly under the radar, how do you discover more obscure video games yourself?
It kind of gets all over the place. I actually use this as a tool to find other things is Steam Peak, and that is an engine that is an online sort of browser search engine thing that will find things by similarity to other games, and it's kind of gone off the not as good as it used to be, but you can normally find you punch in some game, you punch in some tag or whatever, and you start looking things like, okay, there's all the big names, but I can tweak this around, find things that are like this other game, and then other ones people have never heard of, and I just go through there. And I do it especially with already incredibly weird games, like, what's a good example? Hypnospace Outlaw. If I want to try and find more, go through a weird internet games I could punch in there. I use that pretty often. I use it less now, but that was a pretty big part of my rec threads about a couple of years ago. And from there, it's I go through just like jumping around what people are playing on YouTube. I have a streamer I really like, Super Great Friend. He's one of the oldest. He did the original Illbleed long play.
Ooh.
And he does a lot of weird games, does a lot of bad games, and so if he has anything new that comes up, I tend to see what's up there, and even if it's not for me, I can usually jump like, okay, what's like this, what's like that, and I start making more and more lateral leaps. It's mostly just taking like a little time, finding something, and just like, okay, what's like that, what's like that, what's like that, what's like that. A lot of lateral leaps and you got to spend some time just searching around yourself because none of it is built well to help you. Like you go on for something like, hey, you like that? Would you like FIFA? No, I was playing an obscure, bizarre JRPG that doesn't articulate itself well. Great.
I've never heard FIFA.
The soccer game.
Yeah, no, FIFA is
FIFA, yeah.
I mean, the I stands for international, so I guess it would be FIFA, if anything.
Yeah.
FIFA, fufa.
No, it sounds like whatever you feel like in your heart. You have permission for me to pronounce it FIFA, the girl who pronounced it Pie-cross.
Yeah, I heard you. I knew that was
the
coming.
real thing against me is I called it soccer, not football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they call it soccer there too. That's where we fucking got it from.
Yeah.
So the Brits can calm down.
Well, then it should be FISA.
FISA.
Yeah.
That's starting to sound difficult for me.
Fiasca? Like association football? Fiasca?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're okay. No more.
White Collar Crime Central.
Ash, how do you discover video games?
I go on Blue Sky and I see what all my friends are playing. Literally. That's literally it. But I was going to ask Colin, have you tried Ludoscene yet? Are you familiar with that?
I have not. Tell me about it.
If I have it correctly, I believe Ludoscene is like a boutique-y, kind of like Letterboxd for video games, but they have staff that will like curate, like hand curate, like if you like this, you'll like this, this, and this. And it like just launched. I hope I have the name right because I would be so upset.
Yeah, you're right.
I think what they have is tastemaker lists specifically.
Yeah.
Which is more power to them, but it's not incredibly dissimilar from a Steam curator list to me. Like it's a little different, but it's not that.
I suppose it's different in that anybody could be a Steam curator, and this is a curation of curators.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that something that you would use then? Does that sound like something that's interesting to you, Colin?
Yeah, I'd probably use it. People have been asking me to do a Steam curation page for a while, and I'm like, I know I should, but it's just, I get to that initial, I'm like, and there's the limits on typing. I'm like, I get verbose, as like anybody knows. So I was like, I need space to really get like, okay, here's me going in depth of why people should try Garage, Bad Dream Adventure, a game where you pilot this weird little guy in a rusted down world where you're trying to find your shadow and you have to drink breast milk, and it's just bizarre.
Wow.
Okay, that took a turn.
Yeah, that is a common wreck in my games. It's a title that almost was basically lost media, and then it just got snapped up, then it got a remaster, and now it's everywhere.
Now everybody can drink breast milk. Brandon, how do you discover new games?
Yeah, I also see what people are talking about on Blue Sky. I look at what Kimimi, the game-eating she-monster,
Oh, yeah, good one.
is talking about with whatever she's doing. I look at a variety, Casey Explosion, and I don't always want the things that they're talking about, but it's cool to know. So I look at those. But we're talking about new games specifically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with new games, it's a tougher one because I have the big backlog here of physical video games, and I'm a little more excited about playing a PC Engine game that does something weird than I am about something new that does something weird. And so unfortunately, what winds up happening for me in terms of playing new games is I play games that I'm supposed to judge, games that I'm mentoring, and games that I feel like I have to play for like competition similarity reasons.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get the greatest cross section of the kind of stuff that I would be most interested in. I do look at a lot of these games, like when there's some simple 2000 looking something kind of weird nonsense coming out, I'll take a look at it. I won't play it though.
You don't have to name them, but you ever play a game and think, oh yeah, my game is way better than this?
Well, not exactly like that, but I have definitely played a bunch of games and been like, I feel so much better about my tutorial now. Or
there you go.
Or like, my UI is not looking so bad now.
Knowing Brandon and how he likes to answer questions, I would have thought like, yeah, he wouldn't say that, but he would definitely is like, oh, my part of this is definitely like our little tutorial or our UI or whatever is like better than this. Not like, that strikes me as something you would say. This is your show, Jaffe. I know, but I'm going to ask Colin another question. Colin, what do you recommend for normies, quote unquote, like how do you recommend or what do you suggest for normies who are looking to get into more weird shit, how they find games to play?
Like when sometimes what they'll do is they'll just directly ask me, and I'll ask like, give me some of your tastes, and I'll start just like going through whatever. But generally, some of it is just getting over the initial hump yourself, and like you gotta be willing to play something that just doesn't feel necessarily smooth. Some of it is just personal. Like you gotta put in a little. You gotta turn off the polish. You gotta be willing to go along with something that's gonna not be just as nearly as well made. When it comes to wrecking that, I usually go for like shorter things and like stuff you can get through in like a couple hours or even less. And so that'll be like really like good, stylish, story-driven stuff like the MS Paint Noir Man, I Just Want to Go Home, or more arcadey, like just really fast-paced stuff that you can just go like Post Void, which is very Liquid Television style FPS.
We love a single-digit how long to beat here on Insert Credit.
It's true.
Don't we just?
Yeah. Here's another topic for you. I'd like to know, what's the most heated argument you've ever had with someone over a video game opinion?
I remember on, I don't know if this is the most heated, but the first thing that came to mind was when Christian Nutt was on the show.
Yeah.
My good pal. And I said something about how Mario wasn't that good, and he was like, "Fuck you."
He got so mad about it.
He really got mad about it, and that was it was very fun. He actually like apologized, and I was like, "No, it was good. It was good.
Good radio.
It was good radio." And also, I wasn't actually offended. Because I was being a pest. I was being a little jerk.
A little stinker.
Yeah, but have I had? I think, man, there were. I remember a lot of childhood arguments about whether the NES or the Intellivision was better, which makes no sense.
What was your stance, Brendan?
We all know what the answer is. My stance was that the Intellivision is better.
Yeah, you would.
Because but I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that.
Telling all the kids on the playground to call your BBS and argue about it.
That's right. Yeah. No, I have to admit that was I was on the wrong side with that one.
Yeah. You hadn't discovered the turbo graphics yet.
Yeah, I hadn't. My true passion.
Ash, I know you've gotten in some fandom fights. You must have.
Like, I gotta put them in different buckets. Like, do you want the ones that involve like death threats and character assassinations, or do you want the fun ones?
Please.
I think they're both kind of in the same bucket.
Okay.
There's two that come to mind. One of them isn't strictly video games, but the one that came to mind like first, the one that's not video games, is we were playing Magic the Gathering with the group that I play Magic the Gathering with, and I think it was the Theros set, which is the ancient Greek like mythology set, kind of sort of. And I forget like specifically what it was, but I think it was like there was card and the art was like a woman, like it was a woman, but like because it was ancient and she was like a soldier or something. I don't remember the very specifics of it. But like this was a woman, like, and I'm like, oh, this card is a lady. And one of the guys that was at Magic, like, that's not a lady. That's like an ancient Greek, whatever. Like, that's not a lady. And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, it got, like, I was so, like, scandalized that this man in, like, 2022, like, this was not, like, back in the 90s or whatever. Like, this was recent, would think, like, this, because this is, ancient Greece and this is whatever, like, that can't be a woman, that I, like, added the actual MTG artist to ask, like, hey, is this a lady? And the artist responded, like, yeah, duh. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, like I literally like, okay, I need to pull rank here and like use my gigantic Twitter following to get this answered so I can show this guy he's a piece of shit. The other one that comes to mind was recent. This was during the whole Gamergate 2.0 thing, and they were like relitigating Bayonetta by way of Stellar Blade, and I was till I was blue in the face arguing with dudes like, we liked Bayonetta, but this is different. Like, Stellar Blade is not the same as Bayonetta. Like, and here's why. And that was just like a big fucking argument that I don't particularly care to relitigate right now.
Good old Stellar Blade.
Yep.
Stellar Bleda. Colin, I've seen you get into some big comic book arguments, but I want to know more about the video game space today.
It kind of comes in like different avenues. I'm like trying to go over because I definitely don't get in heated arguments the same over video games the same way I do over comics, where it's like it definitely isn't about like the characters or the story or anything. I get way more about the industry, as you know. I get worked up. But with video games, like I'm thinking like the oldest, I'm trying to think like when I started like a petty argument over video games, it would definitely have to be back on like old PHP BB Mega Man forums. And I am a guy who likes Mega Man 3 more than Mega Man 2.
Oh.
Now I wish Brandon and or Frank were here.
Defend yourself. I mean, I guess what 2 has going for it is the music. I kind of think of 2 and 3 as the same beast because they're all just kind of like the Mega Man before they introduced like the slide.
Well, Mega Man 3 is the slide.
Oh, Mega Man 3 is the slide and Mega Man 4 is the power-up charge, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I actually have some beef with the power-up charge. I think it throws off the rhythm, but I think I actually like the music in Mega Man 3 more than Mega Man 2, which is the really heretic opinion.
Yeah, I don't know much about Mega Man, but I know that.
Yeah, I like the story. I like the characters. Proto Man is in it, which was huge for me as a kid. The whistle, I just like it all really came together. That was like old little kid like arguments. Beyond that, I don't know if I would say I really get heat on. Like I would get like a little irritated, but the argument that haunts me the most, that follows me everywhere, is my Persona 4 opinions.
Oh?
Because those guys don't know how to leave shit alone. Persona 4 hit them at a personal time, and so if you say anything, they like follow you to the ends of the earth. I know that one of the legends of ROM hack translations, AGTP translations, he said he would never translate a Shin Megami Tensei game again because the fans were harassing him that much. My stuff was basically just like talking about how Persona 4 has conservative outcomes, and I wasn't even just talking about kanji and all that. I was talking about how the whole story, especially Yukiko.
Yeah, I haven't finished Persona 4, but isn't like the whole like thing about that, like they fuck it up, is like people become cops and shit and like completely like undermining their character growth throughout like the base game.
The theme of every dungeon is stop being weird.
Yeah, the real thing is like they go through all these things, they have these like character moments, and at the end it's like, oh, I wasn't actually that bothered. I was just anxious. Yukiko, I think, actually has the worst. Like, people go on Kanji and Naoto for obvious reasons because they're the queer ones. But Yukiko, her ending is like, oh, I have never had these problems. I'm actually totally fine with the role life has for me. And so I would go on about that. And people have followed me for years on it to tell me, actually, here's why you're wrong. And I'm just like, I am not that invested. Also, I am an Atlas Gamer of I downloaded a ROM hack English translation of the missing half of Persona 2 part. I am not invested in the 3 and 4s. I'm the guy playing like the Digital Devil Saga, the Cyberpunk Vor game. I'm not playing the decent harem RPGs all that much. I'm playing the weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like you could really, like, I don't think I'm breaking any new ground here, but there's a very like present read of Persona 4, like having like a detransition narrative in it, where it's like, oh, I thought I was a guy, but I guess I'm not a guy.
Oh yeah. And it just like from both ends, like from the right-wing people who like Persona to the people whose Persona was just very personal for them, it has followed me over like Tumblr, Twitter. Thankfully, it hasn't come to B-Sky, but one person even came into the comments of one of my Itch.io pages to tell me why I was wrong about Persona 4 and linked to a YouTube video after I blocked him on Twitter.
I love that. I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It reminds like the fun fandom arguments that I've had are all centered around Dragon Age. As you can know, but like the Dragon Age was very specific because it hit at this like very specific moment in time in like culture where like, you know, white women, I love you. But white women in fandom, because they're white women, they always pick, they want to feel oppressed, or they not even that, but they want to align themselves ideologically with something that they can feel good about. So the thing that they latched onto for Dragon Age is like this whole plot about like mage rights and like mage discrimination and elf discrimination and all that kind of stuff. And they like took it to like way too far, such that if you started to talk bad about any kind of like mage at all, like they would like, oh, you're a racist, that kind of shit. And they get particular, and you throw a blorbo into the mix and you've got a fucking bomb of like napalm, like ready to explode. And one of their blorbos is a guy named Anders, and the Dragon Age.
We got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on. That's the buzzer.
Yep, let's buzz me out because if I get into this,
the moment
Anders
you say
was fucking wrong, and I
we have heard the buzzer. This is all not part of the show. None of this is part of the show. Okay, next question is, what is the most efficient way to establish exactly the kind of personality a video game character is?
What?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like you're introducing a video game character. How do you clearly give a vision to the player who this guy is supposed to be?
You watch the intro to Bayonetta 2 and just copy that shit. You know it. Everything you need to know about Bayonetta by that whole like Christmas shopping sequence. Then like she like jumps in like shows her whole vagina, like both lips, like under this like leather catsuit. You know everything it is you need to know about that bitch in 5 minutes. It's perfect.
I watched a pretty good talk from somebody, I actually can't remember who it was now, where they were like, just make your characters the Ninja Turtle archetypes. You got your cool but rude, you got party dude, you got does machines, and you got the leader who's got an emotional problem.
Right. Then that's Jerry, George, Kramer, and Elaine.
Right. And so
and the fifth character is New York City.
Yes. And everyone else is basically an NPC. And I think that it actually works pretty well. For us, we just did a whole bunch of tropes and kind of bent them. But another thing that you can try if you want is mashing up your friends' personalities, which I absolutely did do for Demon School. It's just like this part of this friend and this part of this friend. Makes it a lot easier to write.
You have to tell us if any of us are characters in Demon School, Brandon.
Ash is not a character in Demon School.
Oh, baby!
I thought I would be the one that, because I'm so new to the friend group, that I would not be included. I did not want to know, and now I really want to know. Don't tell me, because I'm going to play the game, and I'm going to see like, oh yeah, is it something that I'll be able to say, oh yeah, I see what he did there, or is it something deeper than that? What I pick up,
it won't.
It's
it
me.
Won't. You may or may not. It's not very deep, so it's surface level feelings and opinion.
Colin, you're someone who's very good at getting a very quick read on who a character is, and this is kind of my question, asking how you latch on to that.
If we're like trying to like introduce a specific, like a single character, like really the thing, like just one, like a protagonist, that's it. I can think of it like two different ways. At a minimalist angle, you want some like basic interaction, like a day-to-day thing that has some kind of thing that has a very wide range of like, it's something instant, like, I think of the thing like, how somebody is by how they treat a waiter. You take that kind of situation, that kind of basic situation where people can generally get your vibe, and you just apply that to the character. Just like however you get it in, like just some sort of one-on-one interaction, which tells how they think, how they feel about others, how they feel about themselves. Like gift giving, waiter interaction, those kind of things, which give you a vibe for the personality, their morality, the works, all that in a very quick thing. That's on the minimalist side. On the maximalist side, a very efficient way, even if it's like very over the top, musical number.
Nice.
And that's what literally Bayonetta 2 was. It's
Give
like
him
a
an I
musical
want.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go into the personality and everything.
I think the thing I was most impressed by with Claire Obscure was the intro, where you get right away, it's like, okay, the character you're playing as had a breakup and is gonna go meet his ex-girlfriend now
On the day she dies.
and then like 10 minutes later you're like, on the day she dies, and I think that kind of stuff is like, it's sort of the opposite of telling you who the character is. It's forcing an interesting yet relatable scenario that you then have kind of someone to bounce against. So like it's not that the protagonist becomes the most interesting guy just by default, but by having this scenario to be in, it's like a better way to imprint yourself on somebody, I guess, by putting them in understandable but interesting situation. That's something. But also you could just be like, I think that there's a lot to be said for dumb tropes. And just having someone be a trope but tweaked. It doesn't work for games where you're going for nuance, but like Bayonetta 2, you're not really going for nuance per se. I think it's a useful tool to the right kind of person. But you can also go too far with it very easily. So it's a dangerous tool.
All right. This last question before we go to break, I'd like to take this opportunity to open the floor to the consortium of furries and monsterfuckers. Which games belong exclusively to which culture and which are shared?
Oh, man.
Fighting games, straddles both.
The thing is, like, monsterfuckers, I found they tend to, for art style, it tends to be a little more on the, like, realistic side. You got a lot of the Baldur's Gate people, a lot of the Dragon Age people. You get a lot of the CRPG people. Furries do show up there, but not a lot. And I don't think it's because they dislike them, but it's just not something that occurs to them. It happens a lot more in JRPGs. You've got Breath of Fire 3 and Breath of Fire 2. You've got the Breath of Fire series. Furries are popping up all the time. Really unique ones, too. Breath of Fire 2 has this huge armadillo guy named Rand, and you don't get that as a species very often in any kind of furry. So it's more less like about specific games and more certain genres seem to lean themselves more for furries and more for monsterfuckers. And where they meet together is when someone is very blatantly trying to get the audience for both.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting that you said Breath of Fire, because as a monsterfucker in this equation, I just discovered like the bad girl from Breath of Fire. I've never played those games. I happened to catch a let's play of it, and they were on the final battle, and I'm like looking at this like big monster lamia lady, and I'm like, mommy, like, hello, where have you been all of my life?
Oh yeah, they got some plants, they got some they got plenty of that. They do that, but it's definitely something that comes to mind. Furries more.
I don't have too much to add to this myself, but it does remind me of something I've maybe mentioned on the show before, where I was playing Jeanne d'Arc, the PSP game that I tactics game that I like, was a JRPG. I was reading a walkthrough to get some very specific stuff, and it was a GameFAQs walkthrough, and the best walkthrough, like I realized more and more over time, was written by a furry because like every once in a while a new character would be introduced and they would put like and she's a cute zebra girl winky smiley face. And I'd be like,
you're just reminding me that in the intro to Ultima 7 there's a Zebrataur poster.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just like I remember going, I was reading like the Goof Troop wiki at one point, and there's like an article where like every other sentence they describe like Pete's wife as the incredibly sexy, voluptuous Peg.
That is one guy, and he is on like every wiki. Like there's articles about him.
That is a guy. That's not the culture.
Here's a question.
I love that.
Does it somewhat divide between 2D and 3D? Because I feel like I feel like the CG 3D realism stuff, it's more in the maybe Ash is shaking her head.
I don't think so. No, I don't think it matters. I really don't.
Previously, I would have said yes when it was a little
10
less
years
developed.
ago, when it was like 3D PD, like, you know, when that meme was going around, maybe, but not anymore. Please don't make me explain what that is.
I won't.
Yeah, video games developed by furries now, like 3D. You got Atlas, where you can make like it's basically a horny dungeon crawl where you can make your own persona that is ridiculously caked up.
Sure, as one would want.
Do you want to know the series that I'm actually quite surprised? Like, it has its own thing. Like, there are the freaks. Trust me, we know. But that seems like it should have way more furries and monster fuckers, but just doesn't. Do you want to know the weird one? Pokemon. Like, we've got the people that want to fuck
they're
Pokemon.
Out there.
But, like, they're definitely out there. Trust me. I know they're out there. But, like, I would expect to see a larger contingent of my fellow monster fuckers and not fellow furries, because I'm not one of those, but like my friendly furries to be like,
I see what you mean.
Not the concentration that I would expect for a game, a series like that.
It's split across like monster fuckers and furries to the difference that is like that is much more a furry kind of area. That is where the art goes. That is where all that monster fuckers. I think part of it is Pokemon is just too damn bright.
Yeah. Like, I think it's
in terms of
maybe
color.
not personally for me. Like, I don't feel like a tone of a game would deter.
No, I mean
a
literally
monster
the
fucker.
colors.
Yeah, like I don't
literally
even
the
think that. Yeah, like that wouldn't be something that would deter me. Like that's not. But there's just not a lot of monster fuckers.
Are furry games generally brighter than monster fucker games?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess think of the example of Sonic, I suppose.
Yeah. You've got your occasional black sads, like literal black sad games, but you also have like games that want to be black sad, Forged in Shadow Torch Fist, which also suffers from black sads. Like the guy furries look good, and the women furries look like I can't make this look like a furry. Then people will think I'm weird. It's like. If you've ever seen like a black sad woman, I should find one popper.
What are we talking about?
It's a famous furry noir comic that gets a lot of like.
Imagine Secret of Nim.
Acclaim.
I have seen black sad women, but it didn't make me happy.
So, sometimes we
black
make
and sad every day.
Yeah, sometimes on this show we make Ash a black sad woman.
Yeah, you can see the difference there is like they just like they draw a regular woman and they slap a couple features, and that's what you find in a lot of that kind of genre.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. A very Milo Manara looking over here.
Exactly.
On that, I think we should take a quick break. We'll be right back after this little jingle. Squadala! We're off! That's right, it's back. You know, I've heard that Magic the Gathering players have a hard time getting along with pop punk fans.
Here it comes.
Because they can't really comprehend the concept of
this would get them wind up.
A yellow card.
Okay.
There it is. Boom! Squadala! We're back! It's time to go to the question hole. This is the part of every episode of Insert Credit where we take a deep dive into the bag of questions submitted by patrons at patreon.com/insertcredit, where for mere dollars a month, you can get that opportunity to send us questions. You can get monthly bonus episodes and other kinds of neat tricks and treats and surprises.
Here we got at least 2 guidance coming up.
Well, at least 2. Our question this week comes from Psinuxi, who says, as someone who needs to be careful with sleep hygiene, I like to read in bed to help myself relax. An e-reader means I can read books in the dark, and a warm, dim bulb means I can read manga. But getting a Steam Deck opened up games is something relaxing to do before bed. What do you folks recommend as the best before-bed games?
You shouldn't be doing that at all. Probably not a good
should.
idea.
Yeah, that I'm with that. So now I have to think a little.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So sometimes before bed, I'll watch like a tool-assisted speedrun or a long play of something for a little bit. But actually getting engaged with it myself, just it heats my brain back up when I need to be cooling it down.
Yeah.
And
Same.
it doesn't work for me.
I'm going to cheat and say visual novel.
Yeah, depends though. Still wouldn't get me sleepy. Problem.
I think I could like cross this problem. One of those games where you can set up like a system of things that are just going, like a Factorio, something like that, and one that doesn't require a ton of involvement, because the more involvement, the more you're thinking, the more you're engaged. One that you can get a chain going, and it's kind of mesmerizing, like a lava lamp.
Yeah, I could see that. I've heard people say things like unpacking and whatever. That I don't think that would work for me. But your idea sounds a little more sensible to me. Something where you can wind it up and watch it go, and then just like drift off while it's happening or something.
So I turn on like a long play, like a commentary-less long play. Usually, it was usually the game that I'm playing. So I've been doing a lot of like 100% Steel Soul Silk Song Let's Plays have been wooing me to sleep. Or it's just like comfort games, like games that I know what happens or am pretty well up on like what to expect in terms of gameplay, so that I'm not like, it's not something new where I'm interested, and it's not something completely boring either. It's like something familiar, but like I don't know. I'm really weird. I'm really weird when it comes to my sleep habits. Like one of my favorite things to watch are Super Metroid ROM hacks.
Mm-hmm.
I love. I'll put that on like every night for like 3 weeks and will not bat an eye. Don't know what it is about Super Metroid ROM hacks. Never played one. I've only played Super Metroid once, but I love that genre of game, and it's very, very companionable sleep thing.
It's fun how the brain works.
Yeah,
Just
it's weird.
something gets in there, and you're like, all right,
This is my thing now.
Let's keep going with this. Yeah. So I think the top answer is no, and then the
top answer is don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
If I'm actually going to sleep, it's not games at all. My number one thing to send me to sleep is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode, The Starfighters. One of the most boring things in the world. They can't save it, and it just knocks my ass out. Love it.
Nothing works for getting you to get to sleep than 3 Midwestern comedians trying to make hay out of a movie that simply cannot be made funny.
All they do is park planes.
MST3K to try to be faster. It kind of drives me nuts because I watch a lot of trash movies. And sometimes when I'm trying to find a trash movie, the only version I can find is the one that has them talking over it.
Yeah.
So they're kind of my enemy.
The fans call them Mist Threak.
Yeah, Mist Threak.
Yeah.
That makes
all right. Here's another question for you all. What is the Space Ghost Coast to Coast of video games?
Shoot. I don't think we have that. I don't know.
Define your terms. Like, I know what Space Ghost Coast to Coast is, but I need you to. What do you mean when you say that?
What I would say for this is something that has been reconstituted. So you take something that's old, you chop it up, and make something new out of it by adding new content. But it's also something that's basically evergreen because they reuse the same clips from Space Ghost forever on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and then they have new interviews, like they got Michael Stipe or whatever. So it's taking something old and making it new by chopping it up. Which I don't know if we have that. Like, I guess there's Roblox games or whatever, but
we have that video game adjacent. And older millennials, if you're driving, pull over to the side of the road because you'll probably crash your car. 8-bit theater.
Thank you. That was the answer in my head.
No.
Credit to Ash. You just got one. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sprite Comics. Comics. In that sense, in terms of like, if you're looking for general humor of Space Ghost Coast to Coast, that kind of vibe, I'd say Hypnospace Outlaw.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
But in terms of like, we're taking old things, making it Sprite Comics. Sprite Comics. 2000s are coming back.
Yeah. Shout out to sometime listener of this show, Brian Clevenger.
I guess actually ROM hacks are kind of it because you're taking the old sprites, you're putting them in new context, you're adding some new sprites. You're reviving it and then putting whatever your fan fiction is in there. So I think ROM hacks definitely fit the bill. That's a smart show. Like it was impressive to me that they made this show obviously on the cheap, and then they got these really famous people to agree to be in the interviews, and they record them from like wherever.
Not only that, the spin-off shows were fucking funny. Like, I loved the Brack show. I fucking loved that show. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Like, I still like that plays in my head all the time.
Yeah, I think if we're specifically talking about ROM hacks, the closest thing to what Space Ghost does, that like taking the visual language and turning it into comedy, would be like specifically the Kaizo Mario ROM hacks, where it takes you like what you expect this game to be and uses it to punish you for comedy.
Sure, I buy it.
Don't touch me.
I won't. I promise I will never touch you.
I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Paunch on Chips, Eric Estrada, his appearance on Space Ghost must have led to his role on C-Lab 2021.
Oh, sure.
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Love. C-Lab, another one of those.
Yeah.
You know, I
old shit.
Right.
I also suspect that it led to his career revival.
Probably.
Because like he started getting more work after that, and like he got brought back kind of as a bit of a meme or a joke, but like he started to get actual work again after that. Good for him.
Adam West on Family Guy, that kind of
thing.
Oh man, Adam West was so cool. Poor guy couldn't get a job.
Yeah,
everyone thought he was Batman, and then and you know, I love Adam West, and I'm in.
You mean Adam Wee?
I'm totally Adam Wee, exactly.
I don't understand. I don't watch Family Guy.
I'm I'm totally guilty of this as well. Like I watch all these trash movies, like I said, and he shows up in them as like the police commissioner or the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And every time he's there, I'm like, Batman. Every time. Even though I like Adam West. I like Adam West.
It's so funny because typecasting like that will fucking ruin like plot twists. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna say, but I was watching Task on HBO, like their new prestige like mini series from the guy who did Mayor of Easttown, which was also actually really good. Task is also good too. Like Mark Ruffalo's in it, and there's an actor in that show. And the minute I saw him, and I'm like, I know exactly what you're gonna do, and sure fucking enough, I was right. I'm like, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's too bad.
They can't help but cast that person as the villain. The same way that, like, for a while, Apple had that policy where like villains couldn't use iPhones, so that was like a signal.
And similar to how like if they another kind of typecasting is like if you want a movie to tank, you have it star Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
if you want to set up a producer style gambit.
You put which I have to imagine that's the only thing that they're doing at this point. Or Disney has some kind of like contract that they signed with Jared Leto that he has to be in these movies, and they're like, shit, we still owe him one more movie, so I guess we gotta crank this shit out.
They got like some kind of findom kink going with him. I think.
New question: what's the Jared Leto of video games?
Oh God!
No.
That's a dark place if we take it seriously.
I don't think we want to. Yeah, we don't want to take that one seriously with it.
Yeah.
Oh
boy. All right. I think with that, we might as well go on to our lightning round. This is a new game I am debuting here on this episode of the Insert Credit Show that I'm calling the Circle K Corral. Here's how this goes.
I like it.
I am going to name a video game character.
The guy's calling me right now.
Okay.
God damn it.
All right.
I'm very sorry.
We're going to wait.
Stand by.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. We can use this time to further discuss who the Jared Leto of video games is.
I actually think going back that the just as good of an answer for the Space Ghost of video games that kind of fits almost closer with the Space Ghost humor is like anything made from Gary's mod. Like whether that be
that's
Toilet
a good one,
or Half-Life
That's
Consequences,
a good one.
whatever it was.
Like Skibbity Toilet might be the Space Ghost Coast to Coast of video games.
There you
go.
Yeah.
I mean, they're making a fucking movie.
Well, it sounds like we might just be doing this lightning round, and Brandon can jump in.
Yeah.
Give him like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, give him 5 more. In the meantime, I'm going to ask one more of video games question that's been in my folder for you, Ash, because
fun.
Yeah, it's one that I kept putting off, and now it's no longer relevant. So I was like, I might as well ask it sometime. I want to know what the Sinners of video games is.
Interesting question. That's going to be hard to find because there are not very many Black people who make video. I mean, there are plenty, but like it's very hard to find a video game that is steeped in Blackness that is made by a cast of Black people. That just doesn't happen. But they're like happening now. Like the only thing that I can think of that gets that Black that I know was like at least written by Black people is South of Midnight. But like I want to, there's probably more better indie games that I don't know about that have been made by like all Black or majority Black studios that like really get into the meat of things like that. But that just doesn't exist. But I'm thinking of like maybe the Wu-Tang game, the Wu-Tang beat 'em up that's coming out by Brass Lion Entertainment.
They're making a new one?
Oh yeah, they're making a new one. They're making a new Wu-Tang game. It's not a fighter. It's not a fighting game. It's like a beat 'em up roguelike kind of deal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the PlayStation 1 Wu-Tang game.
No. We're doing something different. Maybe something like that. But I just, like I said, there's probably something on Itch, or there's probably something, I don't know, like that was made on Newgrounds back in like 2008 that I'm just not aware of, that more digs into those kinds of themes and elements while also being like really fun. Like those games don't exist, or at least they don't exist where I know to find them. And I would love to find them.
Colin, have you discovered anything that might fall into that area?
The thing is, I haven't seen Sinners because I don't go to the movies ever. I catch things like way late. But I'm thinking like in terms of like black focus, black creative work. The first thing that comes to mind is Xavier Nelson, who he was one of the big writers on Hypnospace Outlaw. He, but more specifically for him, I think of El Paso Elsewhere.
Yes.
Which there you go.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Continue.
Yeah, it's a Max Payne-ish kind of game with a black lead, and Xavier actually raps for the song. He learned to rap for the game. It from what I've seen of Sinners, heard of Sinners, and like what I know in my I am palest you can get. But I think of Xavier Nelson's. Yeah, I am from Maine. I am. Who am I ever from Maine? But I think of Xavier Nelson's work. I think of El Paso Elsewhere. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's also because it's a supernatural thing. It deals with werewolves, vampires, fallen angels, all that kind of thing.
This sounds like the answer then, yeah.
It's close.
Yeah.
Yes. At least on that side of this whole supernatural element. When you say Sinners, to me, that conjures up a very different image. And so another thing that I thought of that was a very black game made by black people that tackles black issues, Hair Nah. Which is this browser flash game that a black lady made where you have this hairstyle and the action of the game is you're batting away white people who are trying to touch your hair.
I'm looking at the GIF here. It's very good. It's very Wario.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Something like that. Aerial Knight's Drop Shot, or Aerial Knight's, which is his new one. His older one is Aerial Knight's Never Give Up, which was Endless Runner. And I'm pretty sure Aerial Knight is from Detroit, and he used Detroit musicians to score the game. And it was really cool. I remember playing that. That was really cool. I was really excited to see Drop Shot because basically it's you're falling from the Fortnite bus, but your job, the entire game is you falling and you try to shoot people with finger guns. And I'm oh yeah, that's one of my brothers who grew up watching fucking Yu Yu Hakusho. I could clock that in a fucking heartbeat, and I fucking love it. Love it. Another one that's close, that's not out yet, Relooted, which I played at Summer Games Fest, which is the game where you have to scope out a heist to steal back cultural African artifacts.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited for that game. Can't wait for it to come out. That sounds fun. A lot of the games that I think that hit, at least for me, the definition are not out yet. Because it's taken as long as it has to build up this base of black professionals working in video games such that they can make their own at this point. So they're hitting now, but
to be fair, Sinners only came out now.
Yeah, very true. But we've had Sinners movies for a long time. You've got Daughters of the Dust, you've got Candyman, the old Candyman. They exist, they're there. The Color Purple, wake me up when we get a fucking Color Purple, the video game. Don't make that into a video game, by the way. That would be a very bad video game. But something like that, something where that Gone Home, but for black people.
Right.
I would be there. I would be there for that. So
I am surprised that doesn't exist.
I am too. Yeah. Because I'm not surprised. I am surprised, but I'm not surprised. Because you think about the economics of the video game industry. You think about just the capitalistic, situations involving black people and all that kind of stuff. It's just that's, of course we wouldn't have the resources to be able to make a game like that. They're kept from us. And it's a lot to ask for someone to shoulder the responsibility of to make this kind of game, because it's something that you have to do, but you also have to ignore the exigencies of life. You got to pay bills, you got to eat, you got to take care of your family. So
is it Sunset? Is the Black Gone Home Sunset from 2015?
I'm not familiar with that game, actually.
Yeah.
Neither am I.
Yeah. That was one of those very early, first-person walking sim type games where you play a housekeeper in a fictional country, and there's a civil war going on.
Something I'll have to give a check out later.
Yeah, it got a lot of press at the time as one of the indie darlings of that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to. So I looked it up, and I'm Belgian. I'm that could go either way. And I looked it up, and I'm oh, they're black developers on this. So okay, right. I'm back in.
Yeah. Had you there in the first half.
Yeah. Literally, Belgian. I read King Leopold's Ghost. Absolutely not.
Esper Quinn, you want to join us for this lightning round?
Yeah, I'm happy to hop in.
All right. Here's the game. The game is called Circle K Corral. Here's how this. I'm going to name a video game character, and you're going to tell me what they're ringing up when they come into a 24-hour convenience store in the middle of the night. What their order at the counter would be.
Wait, hold on. I know. I'm sorry. Is Circle K, is that just like a West Coast thing or an East Coast thing, or is that all over? Like, do we have to regionalize this? Oh, okay.
It's all over.
Like, are we gonna have to have like Wawa? Okay, at the Wawa Corral.
It cheats.
Yeah. It's big in Japan, or it was at one point. They were converted to Family Mart after a certain point. But yeah, that's kind of what I was playing off. Our first character is fan favorite J.C. Denton of Deus Ex. What's his convenience store order?
Well, there's lots of just random goods and drinks in that game.
Yeah, I make the most JC Denton posts endlessly. He is getting snacks. He is getting like beef jerky. He is getting chips. He is getting like several cans of soda. He is getting gum. He is getting... I would like to think that he would get some useful things. MacGyver, like, if I'm not being funny, he would get some actual things he can get use out of. Batteries, that kind of thing. But if I'm doing the kind of JC I like, just like making jokes with, it is snack central, and he is just fucking around. It is snack.
He's got the inventory slots for it.
He's got every flavor of potato chip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Peppy Hare from the Star Fox series.
That's an uncle. So, yeah. He seems responsible.
Four Loko. I don't know. He's peppy. He needs an energy drink.
I feel like the name Peppy is an ironic one, like when you call a big guy tiny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking as the furry here, he's bringing condoms and Werther's Originals.
I was gonna say, like, does he get it in? Like, he seems like he could be like that kind of uncle, or is he like, the doddering old, Werther's Originals?
That's the Werther's.
He's like hot granddad. He's like hot granddad among
old man Yowie.
So he's buying the gas station boner pills.
Right. Yeah.
A little bit.
Next is, speaking of boner pills, Duke Nukem.
Oh
yeah.
He's like all of that shit with dubious like provenance and like substance. He's got like 6 different honey packs. Like, he's got all of the ingredients to make lean. So he's got cough syrup and fucking Jolly Ranchers and a Sprite and like 6 honey packs to pour into it, and like a couple of those like upper boner pills that truckers use, like, just to like complete the set. And that's all going in one big gulp, like, that he's gonna drink on the ride home.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Duke Nukem finds like by pure chance, he finds the only like convenience store left that still has those packets of salvia when they sold those commercially for some reason. He just somehow gets there and he just gets it onto the rack.
Yeah, I just imagine him grabbing handfuls of whatever's on the shelf and not looking.
Supermarket sweet style.
Do you know what would chase this fentanyl I've got in my truck a lot? Lean. That's the conversation that he has with himself.
I will walk into some convenience stores here in New York in 2025 and find stores that still somehow sell behind-the-counter pornography magazines. I feel like the clientele for that is Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
He's out there in New York every day.
Yeah. He doesn't know you can find it on the internet.
Yeah, like the quarter booths at like porn stores. Like, who are those for except horny old men who don't know how to use the internet? Like, God bless.
All right. Next is Joker from Persona 5.
All right, that's all energy drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
a lot of energy drinks.
Like some Pocari Sweat.
Yeah.
Some sweaty balls, remember that. Lots of coffee drinks, like all of the coffee drinks, and some Funyuns because he's 12.
Yeah. Mona keeps telling him to go to bed, and you think about how much he tries to get done in a single day. That cat is annoying, but he's right about that.
Yeah.
That motherfucker needs 8 hours. So he's cranking like energy drinks like crazy.
Yeah.
And he has not eaten a vegetable in 3 weeks.
No, he has not.
Right.
And he counts the vegetables that come on, like, what is it, that big Galaxy burger or whatever? That's his vegetable intake of the day.
All right. Let's go with the Doom guy. How is his order different from, say, a Duke Nukem's order?
Because he's not a shithead. Dude, the Doom guy is a lover, and we've had this conversation on the podcast before. No, he's like a normal guy. Like, if he's a normal guy, like, he's getting some coffee. He might get some combos and
bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, like, he's a normal guy. Like, he is the most guy that you would think is not normal, but is like the most normal.
Diet Coke.
I take him as
Yeah.
very
Absolutely.
straightforward, practical. It's like protein bar, beef jerky, a little Gatorade. Just like he just needs stuff to like, because he works a lot. He works
Yeah,
a lot.
I like
Ripping
that.
Like, just
heads
enough
off.
to keep-
You
5-hour energy shot.
You're right.
That's the move.
Just to feel a little naughty, but like he understands
Just
that,
to stay
like,
awake on the next shift.
Right.
he's not like a dirtbag, like just subsisting on Red Bulls. Like he is aware of the proper nutritional factors. So like
Exactly.
he does protein correctly. He does like his carbohydrates correctly. Like he'll splurge and like be naughty with like a 5-hour energy here
Right.
and there, but like he's doing most of the things like to get energy, but like the right way.
He's a responsible man with a job and a wife, Isabel from
Yes.
Animal Crossing.
Exactly. Exactly.
How about Beatrice from Umineko?
Is that the laughy bitch?
That's the laughy bitch.
Yes, that
yeah.
is the laughy bitch. I have actually played Umineko. I haven't played all of it, so I'm rolling through thoughts here.
She's rich, right? Voss water? Is
She's
that?
very rich, yeah. She gives
I just
off rich
assume
vibes.
that about every character
Yeah.
in Umineko.
Right.
Which I know very little about other than having seen some of the character designs, I think.
Yeah. That's Melty Blood too, right? That's all the same shit. Is she in that or no?
No, but there is an Umineko fighting game, which is really funny because they aren't fighters, so basically it's all representation of arguments, but they're doing it through fists. So
I
it's
love
like it's a metaphysical representation of their debates.
Yeah, how do you represent the red text axioms in a fighting game?
That's how it's like. Oh, this is
Yeah.
actually an argument, but
Right.
That's all drop
I-
kicks.
yeah. Back to like getting in gas. The thing is, if Beatrice is in there, it's under duress. She
Right.
is too fancy for that. She is too haughty and uptight for that. It's like it's beneath her. It's like she gets there because she has to be. She's in and out.
Right.
It's gonna be like just something to like drink. Probably just a bottle of water. Honestly,
but it's the
like,
most expensive one in the
Yeah,
fancy
get me an
bottle.
Most
Evian.
expensive-
Right.
Yeah, Voss
yeah, it was
water.
like she would get extremely fancy booze, but not from a Circle K.
Yeah, she's there to buy water. Okay. Our next is Zangi from Street Fighter 2.
Just all the jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put him on the same axis as Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a big muscle guy, but like he does it responsibly. So yes, all of the jerky.
I don't think so. I think Zangief is buying like roller hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
The pizzas and
he's-
everything.
He's like a meathead, but like smarter than your average. So yeah, he'll
I'm
do
sure
like
he is, but
Slim Jims and roller hot dogs, but like he'll buy a bottle of water, like a big bottle of water to go with it. Like not pop, not coffee, not like Red Bull, but like water for hydration.
Right.
Like he eats his vegetables.
He is one of the world's greatest fighters. He's got to stay fit. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Brandon, to catch you up, we are going through characters and deciding what they would order from a convenience store at the middle of the night. Our next character is Aerith from Final Fantasy VII.
oof.
Condoms.
Condoms.
Yeah, condoms.
She is horny as hell all the
Yeah.
time. Condoms.
Energy drinks. She is a
No.
party girl.
I was
She's
actually
probably
thinking
getting like those like malt liquors or whatever that are.
Yeah.
Aerith is a party girl. Like this all scans
She
for me.
is.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking those like I don't even remember what they're called, but the like snake bite or whatever that you see by the checkout that's like supposed to be for male erectile dysfunction or whatever.
Right.
They're
Right.
like little drinks. She's gonna get those and slip them to Cloud because he's not that interested.
Yeah,
Um,
like 100%.
I'm thinking like really sour candy.
Yeah, I could see
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
Oh, you know what? She's getting a lot of vapes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
vapes. Yeah.
it's true.
She's
Vape
got
flavors.
like a ton of those disposable vapes.
All right.
She knows which of the convenience stores has all the grossest flavors of
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
fluid.
Like she's a girlie who would buy buzz balls. Like,
Yeah.
She
For sure.
absolutely would buy.
100%.
And she's like, Tifa.
You gotta get these.
She's just shoving them at her.
Steve,
Tifa.
I don't have any
They
money.
only
You
let
gotta
me buy
stop
10
me.
at a time. You have to buy 10 as well.
Like her and Yuffie are like the party degenerates.
Yeah, that's
sure.
true.
All right. Funky Kong.
Funky Kong is buying Skull.
Yeah.
He is that and not like Skull, a
And
pack of
nothing else.
menthols, and nothing fucking else.
I can see him getting one of those like relaxation drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like a
so-
CBD.
yeah.
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 I feel like also he's making a comment to the female cashier on his way out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly.
He just.
But like, it would be wholesome. Like, not like it would be like really wholesome. Like he would be hitting on her, but also
In
very
a charming way.
Yeah,
I feel like it.
Like, it would work.
I feel like it would have been wholesome in his day.
Yeah.
Maybe, okay, I'd buy
He's
that.
very confident that it's wholesome.
Yeah.
I'll
All
admit
right.
I'm permanently biased on my vision of Funky Kong by Doc Futures. Funky
We all
Kong's
are. Yeah. The guy will pick you up at the airport and talk you through your breakup. Funky Kong's a solid dude. Finally, not a video game character, but I'm putting him here anyway, Char Aznable.
Char. Shit.
Char wants
Char-
to look fancy, even though he isn't really deep down. He's getting those booze with the gold in it.
Yeah!
No, he's not a Goldschlager guy. No.
The fanciest alcohol at the 7-Eleven. It's pretty good.
He's a clear liquor drinker, but it's not Goldschlager. I don't know what it, like, okay.
I don't think he'd drink it, is the thing.
No, he buys like,
You see
it has
79
gold in it.
UC79 Char Aznable is like, so like Red Comet Char Aznable is like super buttoned up kind of like dude. So like it's like whiskey, but like Zeta Gundam Char Aznable, like with the fucking long hair and the big ass sunglasses, that's a Goldschlager guy. Like that's a fucking Miller High Life guy if I've ever fucking seen one.
Does it have to be food?
No.
No,
Okay.
it could be anything.
I think he'd buy a toy robot.
Yeah, he'd buy you know how they sell those like little like wind up cars at convenience stores.
He'd buy a little toy robot and he'd be like, "This is for my kid," but he doesn't have a kid.
No, deadass. He would like Zeta Gundam Char Aznable would buy one of those robots and give it to one of the kids on White Base. Like, he would do that. That is a thing he would fucking do.
Now, here's my thought. It's like, what would he buy as Quattro Bagina to throw people off his trail?
Miller fucking High Life.
Yes. Quattro Vegeta. I'm glad we got that in. That's been the show. Colin, you're our winner this week. Congratulations. Your prize is that I'm going to ask you off mic for a question for next week's episode to start us off. But for now, I'd like to hear recommendations from folks. Esper, for pitching in, you can jump in with your own.
Oh, great. That's excellent. Thank you so much. I am editor of a show called Insert Credit. Check that out.
Yeah,
it's
very
on
good.
YouTube. Look it up. I also edit a show called 52 Pickup with Alex Jaffe. That is coming up on the end of its run, and it's very exciting what we're going to do next. So subscribe to Aftermath and make sure they know that you're a listener. I run a show called DC Action News with my friend Alex Jaffe.
I know that
that's
guy.
presently out every Saturday. I also edit a show called Topic Lords, which you can check out if you like hearing Jim Stormdancer of Frog Fractions talk about topics with guests.
I was on that once.
Yeah, it
I
was a
haven't
great
been.
episode.
I was not invited.
Well, I'll talk to him and see if you want
Sure,
on
he'd be
there.
happy to have you.
And then if you're looking for something other than what I'm working on, there's a show on Adult Swim called Women Wearing Shoulder Pads that I'm never going to shut up about because it's so good.
I
I
saw
do like things that are
the
good.
trailer for that, and it looked really fucking cool.
It's under 2 hours for the whole show. It's 8 episodes, 11-minute episodes. It was broadcast in Spanish with English subtitles. Every character with a speaking role is a lesbian from Ecuador, and it's just the most fascinating, like, stop motion animation and storytelling I've seen in a long time. It's as good. It's on their website, adultswim.com. It's on HBO Max. Check it out. Check it out.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go. All right. I've quite often I think that I've seen every post-apocalyptic terrible movie, and then I'm surprised in a thrift store. And so my recommendation this time is a movie called Survivor from 1987. It is the sole directorial debut of the assistant cameraman of 2 Benji movies.
I love it.
Benji as in the dog?
The dog,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I will say it's very well photographed. It's really nice to look at. And story-wise, it's kind of whatever. But if you like watching a movie because it has one good thing in it, which in this case is how it looks, give it a try. It's got one of the Dukes of Hazzard, and also what's his name, Richard Mall from Night Court. Bull from Night Court is in it. Anyway, that's one recommendation. My other recommendation is, I guess perhaps somewhat appropriate, to play bad video games sometimes. Don't forget to play some bad ones because they're kind of interesting. I was playing a game called High Leg Fantasy, which is a
that doesn't sound. I thought you were talking about bad video games.
It is a Final Fantasy and Tengai Makio parody on the PC Engine by the gray market video game company Games Express. It's essentially a pirate video game for the TurboGrafx, but contemporary, made in 1994. So it's like the logo is, Ash, if you look at the logo, I'll show you later. It's like just Final Fantasy, but with like a reclining lady on it.
I love it.
Instead.
I'm into it.
All the enemies are ladies who, when you beat them, they take all their clothes come off.
I'm into it.
But I enjoy games that are bad in understandable and figure-outable ways. Like there's no scaling for, it's an RPG. There's no scaling for levels. So like every enemy gives the exact same amount of experience points that they're gonna give you, no matter when you encounter them, and no matter what your level is. And so like if any of your characters die, like all of your characters can just be leveling up at totally random different times because you died and you missed out on some experience points. And the one who dies the most is your main character because they always attack him first with magic. And so you got like an underlevel main character.
That's great.
There's a character, an enemy that's a thief who will steal items from your inventory, but when you kill her, they don't come back. And so you can like get an extremely valuable item, and then she just steals it. And so like what would your solution to this problem be, if anyone has a thought for what to do?
You kill the shit out of them and hope you get your shit back.
You don't. You never do. So
then it is what it is.
I guess you would have to
or steal it back.
Go back to an old save file or restart, right?
What my solution was, I bought a lot of junk items.
Oh.
So the chance of getting my good items stolen was dramatically lower.
Did it work?
It worked. Yeah, it worked. So that's it's fun to play. Like I got all the way to the end. And then I was like, I can't damage this final boss particularly. It kills me in 8 hits, and I don't have 8 hits. And so then I looked up a Japanese long play and where they beat the boss, and they had maxed their level in order to beat the boss, and that would take me literally twice as long as I've been playing the game. So anyway, but it's fun to navigate around those kinds of scenarios with bad games where you can kind of figure out what's going on with them, figure out how to subvert their problems. So I'm not recommending High Leg Fantasy per se, but I'm recommending playing something kind of bad and seeing if you can have a good time with it.
Oh, I love it. Esper just showed me the title card for it. I love it. Yeah. Oh, with the bisexual coloring too? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and at the end of this game, the reason why I'm trying to finish it, it can't actually tell. Like the whole plot of the game is that you're a tiny, tiny person for some reason, but you've fallen in love with a human princess. But humans, even though you look like a human, are way bigger. And so
it's a B-movie situation.
And so you need to get a mallet that turns you into a human. But then at the end of it, the very, very last scene, your main character takes off all their clothes and is a lady or turned into a lady. And I'm not really sure which of those it is. And so that's why I wanted to beat it myself, but I can't do it.
I love it.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
This sounds great. Ash, you want to go next?
Yeah. My recommendation, I'm going to be auntie again and tell you, like, it sucks out here, everybody. Mm-hmm. It's really hard, and it's so hard that it feels strange and inappropriate to ask people to spend money. But if you shut up, I will deal with you in a minute.
I'm
my
sorry.
dog is being very demanding. It's okay. If you can, and in as much as you can, support your local small businesses. As everybody knows, I recently got into Gunpla, and I've been going to this shop in Lakewood, Ohio called Doki Doki, a kawaii shop that sells Gunpla. But as you can imagine, with the things that are going on with our government, like import stuff from Japan is like murdering them. Like it's so bad. And I was introduced to this place by my friend Will, who was on the show, and I've just completely fallen in love with it. Like, it's so far away from me because I live in Akron, and it's like that's a bit of it takes me an hour to get there, but I love making and it's painful for me to do so at this point. Like, I'm not fully healed, but like it is such a treat for me to like drive to go to this special place and get special treats that I'm really excited about using. And in as much as you can to shop local, do so because they need your help. And the only way we get out of this is by preserving the communities that we have.
Yeah.
And your community is not Amazon. Your community is not like Walgreens. Your community is your small local businesses that you maybe never even thought about before or whatever. Like going in there, spending money, establishing that connection, that community is what will save us in the long run. So in as much as you can, like support your local small business. Like there's nothing real else more that I can say but that. And if you can't support it yourself, tell your friends about it. Will told me about this place, and now like that's my place where I want to spend all of my money. So
Colin, take us home.
Yeah.
My recommendation, since like I'm the game Brett guy, and weird, bizarre games are my thing, I think people should try out the games by the creator, the Catamites, probably best known for Space Funeral and their recent Nuovo, I don't know how to pronounce it, Nuovo winner, Anthology of the Killer. They have done a lot of games, a lot of really weird games, and they are all sort of entrancing in their bizarre way. Like
and they have good.
Oh yeah, they all like instantly recognizable. There's Goblet Grotto, which is a kind of dungeon exploration thing, and it's like it has humor, it's weird and all that, but the thing that stands out the most is there is this bar that shows all these symbols that declare your character's current emotional state, but you would have to memorize what all these things mean, and they can get like really weird and specific, and it's going all the time. It doesn't really help you any, but the fact that they committed to it is like, and put it in there, it's just so iconic. They have made so many games. The Trial of Murder Dog. It's really all over the place. Try games by the Catamites. That's one word, TheCatamites. They did Space Funeral, but almost everybody's seen Space Funeral if you're into weird stuff. You start there or you start with the Anthology of the Killer. Either way, like you cannot go wrong if you're looking for something bizarre and utterly memorable.
That's very good. I'd like to recommend that people check out more of Colin on Blue Sky, Spacetwinks.bluesky.social. Check out their itch page, spacetwinks.itch.io. A lot of really cool stuff there. If you're into photography, there's a great photography set there, A Place Without Bodies. I would also like to recommend that if you enjoyed this episode or any episode of Insert Credit, that you sponsor us with an advertisement or personal message, or just send us a few bucks a month at patreon.com/insertcredit, or send us a buzzer or review us on your platform of choice. Get in touch with us at show@insertcredit.com. Join our community at forums.insertcredit.com, or find us on youtube.com/insertcreditshow. It's important to play bad video games, so remember that Demon School comes out on November 17th.
19th.
Yeah, 19th. There you go. Subscribe to The Verge. Check out the Video Game History Foundation. This episode is edited by our own Esper Quinn, with music by the world's Kurt Feldman. I'm Alex Jaffe.
I'm Ash Parrish.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
I'm Colin Spacetwinks.
And I'm Esper Quinn.
And your game has now been saved.
I was surprised we didn't do a 411 themed episode, actually.
Oh, yeah? How would that have gone?
Oh, I don't know. 411 is like the information number.
Yeah,
so
how would I have done an episode about that?
That's your job.
Well done.
All right, well,